All right. So I guess now you understand what the plan was.
Absolutely. At Colts Law, we talk Indianapolis Colts football.
We're going to stick to what we know, fundamentals and technique, 1% better every day.
What's going on, Colts Nation? I'm Lord Owen. This is Colts Law, and it is draft day. Now, that's all the yelling I'm going to be able to get out. All right. I have had some serious upper respiratory infection for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I'll probably cough quite a bit, but it's been absolutely, I could not just not do a show, right? I could not just not do one. So it's draft time. Absolutely been something that we've been waiting on forever. And in 1 hour, the draft starts. And I can't wait. Cannot wait. Speed's in here. He says, Lord's been taking some heat on X. Can't wait for the party to start. Oh, don't know, Speed. I'm not going to have a bunch of people in today. It's just going to be me. I don't have my Patreon guys. I thought about having my Patreon guys, but as of late, a lot of my Patreon guys have been busy. So I just haven't sent them out. Not heard a lot from a lot of people. However, it's going to be fun sitting here just hanging out and talking. All right. You did say that I was, what's up, Larry Miracle? And Daniel Berry Sports, what's up? So he says that I've been taking some heat on X. I know. I put my, you know me. I make my own opinions on people, places, and things without what other people say, without other people's influence. And I state them. And I don't back down from them, right? And I put out that I didn't think Brandon Ayuk was as good a player as everybody out there thought he was. And boy, did I take some heat from that, right? But, we'll find out if and when he gets traded. San Francisco apparently wants a first-round pick for him, right? I don't think he's worthy of a first-round pick personally. But if he does get traded, then we'll find out how he does on a different team. But right now, today is the Indianapolis Colts day. This is where Chris Ballard generally does his magic, right? And honestly, it's been everywhere. Speculation about where Chris Ballard is going to go with this draft has went everywhere from he's going to trade up to number 4 and sell all his future picks to get to number 4 to get Marvin Harrison Jr. to trading all the way back out of the first round. All right. That's where it's been. It's been from there to there. Okay. And that is freaking crazy. And it's like that. What's going on, Shrey? Appreciate you being in here. Well, like I said earlier, I'm still dealing with an upper respiratory infection. My wife is a lot worse off than I am. She's been on a nebulizer for the last week, so it is what it is. So I can't get too excited, or I'll probably cough my lungs up right here on the show. But we can't read what Ballard's going to do. Like I said, this is it exactly. Ballard is hard to read, but I can't see him trading up. All right. It is hard to believe. He is hard to read, and it is definitely something that's out of his norm. Could he do it? Absolutely. Will he do it? We're going to find out, right? In what, about an hour and a half or so? So we'll see what it is. All right. So here's the deal. Yesterday, late last night, as a matter of fact, I don't even think it was yesterday. I think it was early this morning, like 1 o'clock in the morning or something of that nature, Eastern Standard Time. I did my first 2 ever mock drafts. Ever mock drafts. Okay. And it's interesting. And I say that it was interesting because it's something that I'd never done before, right? I've always held the idea that holding a mock draft is kind of fantasy landish, right? kind of, it's not going to happen. You're only going to get people's hopes up, that kind of stuff. It's kind of like pretending like you won the lottery, right? That's the way I've always looked at it. But I've seen so many mock drafts. I was like, well, let's just see how it goes, right? So I did end up doing a mock draft, a single mock draft, and then I did a second one because the first one was I did something I swore up and down I wouldn't do, right? I swore up and down I would not trade down, and I ended up doing it because Arizona was like, we'll give you this year's second, third, and fourth round pick plus next year's first. And I was like, holy crap, how you turn that down? I see Arizona picking top 10 again next year. How would you trade that away? So I went ahead and did it. Ended up double dipping at wide receiver in the second round with a couple guys. And that's how that ended up going. But no. He ain't getting out of top 5. All right. But so my second one, I didn't even look at my second mock drafts. I didn't even look at the trade offers. I just X'd it out. Nope. Not doing any trade offers. I'm going to take whoever sits with me, whatever it falls to me. And at 15, Brock Bowers was there, and boop, I took him. Right? I'm like, Brock Bowers falls to 15. That's BPA, right? At that point, that's straight up BPA. All right. And then it rolls down to the second round. Pick, 46, I think the Colts have, right? And I'm sitting there, my turn, had like 5 or 6 freaking trade offers. Some of them were darn good. I turned them all off because guess who was sitting at 46? Yeah, Worthy, the wide receiver. I'm like, holy crap. That instantaneously makes the Indianapolis Colts offense, as long as Anthony Richardson, even if Anthony Richardson wasn't healthy, even if we had to use our backup this year, holy crap, what an offense that would be, right? To get Bowers and Worthy to fall right in our laps. I wouldn't take Worthy at 15, but to drop the 46, hell yeah, I'd take that. Right? That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. I'm like, holy crap. I mean, we got a burner downfield to go with a burner we already have, and we'll have an elite tight end to go with, a bunch of good tight ends. I mean, we'd have an offense. We'd have a top 5 offense in the NFL if something like that happened. Now, like I said, there's a reason why I don't do mock drafts. Because, yeah, worked out great, but it's fantasy land. It's like, wow, I just won the lottery, but it's a pretend lottery. So, definitely not wanting to get anyone's hopes up. I sincerely doubt we get Bowers and Worthy. I mean, that would be ridiculous. So, I think that's a situation that we definitely could see, though, is one of those two guys. Those are two guys that a lot of people have talked about the Indianapolis Colts grabbing in this draft. If it is Worthy, I hope it's not at 15. But at the same time, if Ballard and company feels he is the guy, then don't trade back with the chance of losing him and someone else picking him up, right? If he is your guy, the guy you want to pick with your first pick, you don't trade back. You just grab him. It's like Darius Leonard. Remember back? Now I understand he's hurt, he's gone, but seriously, right? People are like, you shouldn't have picked Darius Leonard because you could have traded back into the 4th round and got him. Well, if he's your guy, get him because you might not get him. And I fully fall into that aspect. You don't trade back thinking, well, no one's going to select him this early anyhow. There's multiple players I'd be perfectly happy with getting in this draft. Multiple players. Okay. And they all don't have to be offensive, right? You know me. I'm a defensive guy. I'm a guy that I know there's some of you, I'm not going to name names, Shreyless, that think that grabbing a guy, a defensive end with the first pick is dumb. I don't. I don't. I feel like if the guy is elite at pass rushing, then you take elite. That's just what you do. I don't think there is an elite cornerback in this draft, which is why I don't think the Colts select a cornerback in the first 2 rounds, because I feel like there's plenty of elite players to get in the first round, and I feel like there are some guys that you can grab in the second round, most likely, that could be starters on this team that would fall to the second round. So we'll see. I do get where you're coming from, Shreyless. Give the new D-line coach a chance. And he has had, I don't know if you guys know this, but he's coached a couple guys at the college level that you may have heard of, like Trey Hendrickson, some dude named TJ Watt, right? He's the guy that got them guys ready to come into the NFL. He coached them at the college level. So, and others as well. So, yeah, he's somebody I'm interested in seeing. I thought Nate Ollie was doing well, but apparently, from what I understand, the Colts organization had been shopping for him for the last couple years. Okay? This D-line coach. And he already had a commitment to a college, and he wasn't going to turn away from that commitment once he already committed. It was only like a couple days earlier. And I have to fully respect that. And I think that was the reason why they just did not renew Ollie, and they went and got him. Right? That's from what I'm understanding. So, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Tomorrow at 3:00, Donald Thomas and I, 3:30, I think, is what we scheduled. Yeah. We scheduled 3:30 to get together and do our review reaction. Now, obviously, you're going to have my initial reaction to our draft, but tomorrow Donald will be with me, and we're going to do a review of the draft and what we think of what Chris Ballard did in this draft on day 1. And we'll post that before I will try to post that before I go live to cover the day 2 of the draft. Yeah, I already discussed Ayuk when I first came in here, Shreyless. Already discussed it, told him because certain somebody was like I was taking heat, but it is what it is, like I said, I don't go by what other people say about another person. I look at the film myself, I come up with my own opinions, and I will post my opinions. If I'm wrong, I will own it. But if I'm right, I will ride that shit till the end, and that's what you need to do. So, is what it is. What's going on, John? Appreciate you. I was in the oven. I had some people in there actually defending me too, though. Now, I was in the oven because it was San Francisco, and San Francisco 49ers fans, they will come in droves to defend their players. And I have nothing but respect for that. That's what fans should do. Good for them. That's a good fan base. I had some guys just calling me names, and I called them out, and we had a nice little long conversation about it, and we parted ways, mutually agreeing to disagree. But there was no more name calling after that. I have my opinions. I'm very opinionated. But if I'm wrong about something, then I'm wrong about something. Is what it is. And I'll own it. All right. So curious. Before the draft even starts, I know got 31 of you in here. First off, please smash that like button. Appreciate all of you being in here. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tap that notification bell so that you're notified when we go live or upload a video. Okay. I'm really excited about today. I want to know, who do you hope? Reasonable hope. All right. When I say reasonable hope, something that's in the honest realm of possibility that Ballard drafts with his first selection. All right. And I already knew Shrayless was going to say Bowers. That was a given. All right. Brian Thomas, Paul Wilson. All right. That's awesome. I'll give you who I think in just a moment, or who I hope, as our first pick. But I know there's probably a lot of Bowers people in here, probably a lot of Marvin Harrison guys in here. I honestly don't think Marvin Harrison is a reasonable expectation, right? In all honesty, I think it's just going to be too much for Ballard to move up to go get it, right? What's going on, Scott? Appreciate you being in here. Just be respectful, my guy. Any other answer than Bowers? I don't know, Shrayless. I think that's your opinion. I wouldn't be disappointed in Bowers either, Scott. Absolutely, I would not be upset. There's a lot of guys I'd be okay with walking out of this draft with. All right. The guy I want is Latu. And that's something that me and Donald Thomas disagrees on. Donald don't like Latu, not because of his injury history. He says, screw that. He's played a few years. He's good, but he didn't play in a major conference. The quality of play wasn't high, and he's just worried about, that in that instance. But from what I saw on tape, Latu is just a beast in pass rush. I think personally, I would take just about anybody. I'd be okay with Neighbors. If Neighbors falls to 8 or 9, I'd be okay with that. There's a couple receivers out there I'd be okay getting. Obviously, Bowers, I'd be fine with. I feel like there's maybe 2. I mean, if Turner's there, take him too. If Latu gets picked and Turner's there instead at 15, I'd select him. I'd be okay with it. I just don't think that there's a corner worth 15. I understand that, Val, right here. I understand. I'm not 100% sure we need a corner. I think we need a free safety. But the guys that we have at corner were all very young last year, inexperienced. They've had their year, their bumps and bruises, their grow-up year, right? Ballard, Irsay, and Steichen all said we were going to have bumps and bruises along the way last year, growing pains because of the inexperience at certain positions. And guess what? We had that, right? Especially to go on top of some injuries, right? At that position at cornerback. Well, that year's over. It's time for them guys to step up. All right. But the problem is at safety, we've had guys that were experienced and they were giving up so many explosive plays that it is a bad situation and we need a free safety there. I'd be okay picking up a cornerback in the second round. I don't think there's not a single damn corner in this draft worth the 15th overall pick. That's just my opinion. Yes. Well, I don't remember. It was 15, Malik Hooker. And to be fair, Malik is still a starter in the NFL for the Dallas Cowboys. But that very next year, we had a whole new team, new offense, new defense, new defensive. The defensive scheme kind of changed. Had new guys come in, and he just didn't fit no more. He did not fit the new scheme, and that's why Hooker left. That and the fact that he got hurt a lot, right? But he's still a starter in the NFL at the Dallas Cowboys. I would like to get a good safety, either in the draft or, as Val says, get an experienced one. That'd be awesome. What's going on, Colts House? Appreciate you being in here. Thank you. Thank you. So I literally haven't had very many of you tell me who all you want, right? Besides Bowers, besides Neighbors, who do you hope Ballard grabs up with his first pick of the draft? All right. If you haven't answered yet, I want to see it in the comments. We got 40 of you in here. That's awesome. I'd like to see what we could talk about here. Oh, yeah. Forgot Brian Thomas, too. Yep. Brian Thomas. Trailis will use every opportunity to say Bowers. Brian Thomas. All right. So Brian Thomas over Xavier Worthy, huh? Okay. There's a lot of talk about Xavier Worthy going to the Colts in the past week. I wouldn't mind it, but not at 15. Personally. I like Kenyon Mitchell. I think he's one of the only couple guys that would be okay picking in the first at corner, but not at 15. He's a guy I think that should be grabbed up in the 20s. Freedom says just don't trade back. All right. There is situations where I'm okay with trading back, but we wouldn't know if he falls in that situation. If we're sitting at 15 and he's got 4 or 5 BPA guys that he has, and they're both needs, they're all BPA, and they're all equal on his board. Equal, right? And he's able to trade back 3 or 4 spots to gain some extra and still get one of those guys, then I'm fine for that. Then I'm fine with that. Now, obviously, we will never know if that happened, if that was the case, but that's what I would be okay with, you know. And that happens quite a bit, especially in the first round, right? Once you get past a certain area. I don't think it'll happen at 15. I am almost positive. Now, Ballard did say he's got 19 to 21 first round grades on players in this draft. All right. Sitting at 15, well, that's damn near guaranteed to get somebody, right? Somebody. And the majority of those first round grades, I will just about bet is D-line and offense, right? I'll about almost guarantee you. Well, here's the deal. You can always trade back in the 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds and get more selections, right? You don't have to trade back in the 1st or 2nd round. Lee says Malik Neighbors. I'd be okay with Malik Neighbors. I just don't want to give up a fortune for him. What's going on, Colts fan 07? Seen a lot of people talking about Cooper DeJean. Yep. This is where I'm sitting at. Turner or Latu. John, I'm sitting pretty much in the same spot. I mean, there's a lot more people that I'd rather that I would be happy with. As just those are my top guys. Really, I'd put Bowers equal to him on the how excited I'd be if I got any of those guys. Now, obviously, if by some miracle Marvin Harrison Jr. or Neighbors or even Odunes one of those top 3 guys. I know I'm mispronouncing the last name of that other guy. Odunze. Any of those guys fall and to 8 or 9, and Ballard trades up and grabs him, I'd be ecstatic. I mean, who wouldn't be, really? B Bob in here. I don't know. I haven't. I don't remember looking at Nealon. Did I? I don't remember looking at him. I didn't have a lot of time to go through the draft prospects. I did go through the edge though, but I don't remember talking about Nealon. So I mentioned my first 2 rounds for edge, cornerbacks, and wide receivers. Is who I thought that the first 2 rounds. I don't remember Nealon being in there. Gonna do Didka. I hope not. I so would not give up an entire draft for one player. All right. Matter of fact, in all honesty, that's cheaper than what I think it would take to get Harrison, because I think it'd take 3 firsts. I think it'd take 15 and then 2 more firsts to move from 15 to 3 or 4. I mean, because of how big those guys are and how important they are. Maybe. What'll be more in trouble, he'll get leeway for the draft because he's been graded with F drafts before and they turned out to be A+ drafts, right? He'll be graded by how the players end up doing by the end of the season, obviously. But I think it more has to do with, will the Colts get into the playoffs this year? I think that'll be the big trouble thing or not. No, this year, Irsay's not in the draft room. He's still dealing with his medical issues, so he will not be in the draft room this year. But, that's a good question. How do I rate the Colts team right now before the draft? Optimistic. I'm very optimistic about this team. Obviously, the secondary still scares me a little bit, but I think this offense right now is top 10 in the NFL as it sits. I think this offense is top 10. I feel like our defensive line is top 10. I feel like we have a top 10 linebacking core. I think we're a top 10 team, except for our secondary. We need to see vast improvement in our secondary, whether that's skill players or just scheme-wise, either way. That's also saying Anthony Richardson not only stays healthy, but takes that next step in his progression as an NFL quarterback. Okay. Optimistic is the best I can put it. I actually like the Colts wide receivers. They're top 3. They need depth. They need 2 more, right? Because 4 and 5 at wide receiver is not very good. And we saw that last year. It was very, very evident. Well, I like their top 3 right now. I would not be opposed to adding more weapons by any means. All right. All right. Hey, what's going on, Purity? Appreciate you being in here. Thanks for the $2. How likely will we draft Brock Bowers? Also, hi. I don't think that the Colts move up in the draft to get Brock Bowers. I think they will, if they are intent on getting Bowers, they will sit at 15 and hope he falls. If he falls maybe 2 spots, if he falls to 13, they might make that jump. But I don't think that they're going to make a big move to go get Bowers at all. So I think it really has to do with the rest of the draft where people are trying to get people, how many wide receivers, offensive linemen, and quarterbacks go in that top 10. That's going to be key to how far Brock Bowers will fall, right? But yeah, I think the Jets go after an offensive lineman, Trayless. I really do. They went after Mekhi Becton a couple years ago. They need another one. They need an interior guy. I'm pretty sure it was Mekhi Becton, right? Yeah. What's going on, Fritz? Appreciate you being in here. Lawrence, I'm sorry. I know I sound like a hater, but the Colts overperformed and I still didn't make the playoffs. They are not a top 10 team. I think that they overperformed with the quarterback that they had. But look, they went neck and I don't think they overperformed that much. They fought every team outside of Jacksonville and the Rams down to the wire. Every team they played, right? Every single one of them. The Browns. The Colts put more points on the Browns than any other team in the league. 38 points. I'm pretty sure. I may be mistaken, but still 38 points on, at the time, the best defense in football when they played them, right? We beat the Ravens. Not a lot of teams can say that. They, as a team, this is a damn good team. And as much as I like Gardner Minshew, I think he held this offense back dramatically. Dramatically. May have been Atlanta as well. We embarrassed certain teams, like Carolina Panthers, right? But it is what it is. All right, guys. Yeah. Hold on. Wasn't that a situation where we had some injuries or something? I'm looking it up right now. Oh, that was when we didn't have any wide receivers at the time, and Kylan Granson was our leading target, right? Pittman Jr. was out and guys like that. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that game. We should have won. And I remember walking into that game going, man, you cannot let that running back beat us, right? I remember saying that. Yeah. If I remember right, Pittman was dealing with a concussion during that game. So, we had issues. We had multiple injuries at that game. So, no excuse, though. It's supposed to be next man up, but that just tells you, there's certain things that tells you how important players are to the team. That Atlanta game shows you how important Pittman was. That stretch where Grover Stewart was out, right, due to the suspension, showed you how important Grover was to the run defense, right? I mean, literally during that stretch, the Colts gave up 2 yards per carry more than when Grover was in. I mean, it's just stuff that you see and notice. So, yeah. Wow, we got about 20 minutes. I have a need. Let's go to the draft. There we are. Event info. Where's a good place to just see it? Not necessarily watch it, but see it going on. Oh, there it is. I've got it. Never mind. The McAfee show. Yeah, that's not a bad one. I'll just go to Reddit. It is on Reddit streams. I'll watch it there. I don't have TV, like traditional TV, guys. Right? I don't have cable or nothing like that. So, but I can watch it on Reddit. Who's a guy you hope that the Colts do not get? Curious about that. You know, maybe someone that you've heard a lot of talk about, the Colts were interested in and might go get. Who's somebody that you're like, man, I really would rather the Colts not pick him with the first pick, right? ABCHD. Worthy, huh? Yeah. Shrayless. Bowers don't want, Shrayless doesn't want Bowers. He just said so. You see it right here. All right. Remember the question. The guy you don't want them to pick in the first pick. So we all know that. Matt's like, any offensive line position. I agree with you there. They don't need to be spending a first round pick on offensive line, running back, defensive tackle, linebacker, kicker, punter, right? Long snapper. You don't need none of that. Not with our first pick. Colts fan says he don't want Byron Murphy. Paul says he does not want a first round corner. I understand that. Says I'm not thrilled with Worthy's size. I'm not worried about size. I mean, Tyreek Hill is small. You know, T.Y. Hilton was small. Not worried about size. I'm more worried about the rest of everything that goes with it, right? Yeah, I know. Okay, quarterback. All right, Val, I'll give you that. Quarterback's another one. I don't think the Colts need to be spending a first round pick on a quarterback this draft. All right. Got me. Ah. Well, what if he does do that? What if now I've discussed this earlier that there is a small chance that Ballard could trade back and the reasoning for that, right? You know, he's got 4 guys that are equal BPA sitting there, and that's what he's got, 4 or 5 guys, and he trades back 3 or 4 spots just to pick a guy. If he did that, I would not put it past him to use that extra draft picks that he grabbed in that trade to move back into the late first to grab another pick, right? Because of this draft being very top heavy. What's going on, Yim? Appreciate you. Yeah, I already said running back, Paul. I'm not watching it myself, so I'm not okay. I'm not worried about him drafting an offensive line or defensive tackle. I don't think he's going to do that in the first round. You absolutely should pick an offensive lineman in this draft. Not first round, but he needs to. All right. Grab a guy late, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in that vicinity. another tackle, another interior lineman. You always want guys there. You never know who you could get. You could get a diamond in the rough, offensive line, and be able to have someone really, really solid. Plus, you need depth. All right, because our depth at offensive line is not the best. But 5, 6, 7, you're not in this draft. Draft round 5, 6, 7. You're not getting starters. You're not expecting to get starters year one. So, but round one, yeah, no offensive linemen, no deal, no defensive tackles, absolutely. Yeah, I not paid attention to what Bill Belichick has said. All right, but it's kind of weird that that's Bill is not the only guy who has said that the Colts don't have that many needs, that they're a pretty solid team all the way around, and that there's not a lot of holes you could pick at in this team. Quite a few analysts have said that. National analysts have said that. So, he'll still be there. Hell yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, there's a huge difference between what Alec Pierce can give you with Gardner Minshew at quarterback and Anthony Richardson. In training camp, Anthony Richardson was lighting the defense up with Alec Pierce. I was there. I was seeing it. It was ridiculous. Minshew was not able to make those passes to Pierce the way Richardson was able to. It's a completely different dynamic. It's a good question by Bigsby here. Would you go BPA or specific position, like position of need? What position in the first round? I go BPA. All right. BPA of a position of need. So I would look at certain positions, whether it be safety, corner, in my opinion, edge, pass rush specifically, wide receiver. Of those guys, I would select BPA. That's what I would do. All right. I know a lot of you disagree with that, in my opinion. And to be honest, if Bauer's there, he's BPA, period. It's the truth. And Schralis knows this. He's like rated like the third best guy in this draft, like right behind Caleb and Marvin, right? By most analysts. So if he drops to 15, holy crap, it would be considered one of the steals of the draft. But yeah, I would be the BPA need guy, the BPA first of needs. That's what I would do. And I'll tell you what, we have that guy. We have someone that can run with Nico Collins. The problem is he was hurt after 4 games last year? You realize we beat the Texans the first time we played them when we had Dallas Flowers. We didn't have Dallas Flowers week 18, and we lost by a few yards, right? Dallas Flowers is one of the fastest guys on the team. The guys that we need to be able to play their zone and prevent deep shots is that free safety. All right. That's why it's in my opinion, the worst position on the team is free safety. We gave up way too many deep shots. And I don't care who the corners are, the free safety is the one responsible for that. They're not supposed to let anyone pass them. Okay? They're not supposed to that's their job, prevent the deep shot. All right. Cornerbacks, they're going to get beat time to time, because they got to take chances, especially if you're playing man or if you're playing zone and the handoff is a little off, or something like that. That free safety is responsible. Whoever's running single high at that time or double high, sometimes it's a strong safety too, but for the most part, the free safety is the most of the time responsible for that situation. Yeah, and he can only run what is called for him, right? I did see in one video that he runs really damn good drag routes. I don't see him run a lot of hooks or comeback routes. Every once in a while, I'll see him run a comeback, but a lot of posts, a lot of goes, right? Stuff like that from him, corner routes, and that's just the plays that were called for him. Oh, I think special teams will be more important this year, especially the offensive side. Look, all right, here's the deal. The way that special teams are set up this year, holy crap, there's going to be more touchdowns. There's going to be more returns because that's what this is set up for. There's going to be more returns, and there's going to be more breakout runs. So you absolutely need damn good special teams, in my opinion, the way it's set up. If you break through that first line, it's over. You're just basically going to put a speedy guy back there to return it and hope that there's a hole that's opened up and he can hit it. So, yes, special teams is still important. Not necessarily kickoff specialists, right? I don't think you really need kickoff specialists anymore. Someone that can kick it high and short, and drop it right at the line, that kind of thing. But yeah, the rest of the guys on the field, I think, is going to be very, very important. Yeah, our special teams took a massive hit last year due to Bubba Ventrone leaving, going to Cleveland. Where he wanted to go, he's always wanted to play coach for Cleveland. So Migsby wants to know what the new rule is. It's we already had the old rule. I don't know if they trashed that or not. I think they did, but pretty much you're kicking for a lot closer now, and the guys can't take off until the guy catches the football, if I remember right. But you're kicking off from a shorter distance. It's an adjusted version of the XFL. Yeah, there you go, Paul. It's an adjusted version of the XFL kickoff. Absolutely. All right, we got 10 minutes before the draft starts. I am very tired. I just got done. I came home, took a shower, got ready because I was at a friend of mine's house helping him scrape and paint his house. Ugh. At least it was a beautiful day to do that with, at least where I'm at. I mean, it was gorgeous outside, about 60, 65 degrees, sunny, as opposed to nasty, cloudy, rainy days that we've had the last few days. All right. Let me see what we got going on here. That's not what I'm looking for. There it is. Nope. That's not what I'm looking for. Green Day. Whatever. All right. We got a little bit of time left. 10 minutes. A lot of people leaving. They must be going over to other people's streams or something. I'm excited about the show. I'm excited about the draft. I know it don't look like it, but I am. I promise you. I'm just dealing with the chest congestion and infection and stuff like that. So, but I'm here. I don't know what the heck is going on in the background here. Oh my goodness. I don't think that there was also news that Roger Goodell had back surgery just a few days ago. So they're not expecting the hugs this time during the draft. But there's only a select few people that's showing up to the draft this time. So it is what it is. Is what it is. This is not. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Sorry, I'm watching. I'm waiting on the draft to pop up. There's like 20 players. Reggie Bush got his Heisman Trophy back. So that's something. That's always good. Glad that he did. Still haven't believed his vote should be allowed back in the Hall of Fame. So it's the Hall of Fame. On, called out. Also, very much called out in the Hall of Fame because of performance and it's probably because my vote messed up. I can't speak very loud. So I better just put my face into the mic itself. Is it any better now, Shayla's? Ooh, what is this? Okay, good. All right, so is Caleb Williams going to be the first pick of the draft? I don't see how he's not. I know a lot of people are saying, "Ooh, Drake May's better," but Caleb Williams is going to be the first pick of the draft. Come on, right? There's no way Chicago is going to uh, pass up on potential generational quarterback. It just isn't. At least not in my opinion. That'd be dumb. That'd be completely dumb. I guess I'm going to get rid of that because that ain't right. There's this. That's not going. We're going to keep trying to find it. Sorry. I'm not overly happy with this place. There we go. No. No. Come on. There it is. I got it going now. I got NFL Network up. So I got it going and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm ready to. Caleb closed an apartment in Chicago last week. That makes sense, do you? Right? I don't think it's going to happen, Val. Do you think the Colts will give 3 or 4 draft picks to move up? I don't think he will. I honestly don't think he will. It seems out of the ordinary, right? Now Ballard could have been throwing smoke when he said that's out of my comfort zone in his presser, something he's not normally used to doing, but he has moved up before, but it was in the second round and he only had to give up a pick to do it, and it was a lower pick, right? He only moved up 3 spots, and that was to get Jonathan Taylor. Moving up in the first round is a different monster than moving up in the second. I don't know. I think he'll be happy with whoever falls to him. I honestly believe that he would be happy to take whatever falls to him, because somebody that the Colts will need at a position will fall to him in this draft. I have no doubt in that. None. Like I said, I did 2 mock drafts last night. First time I ever done it. And the second mock draft I did, I ended up getting Bowers at 15, and then at 46, I got friggin' Worthy, because they fell. And in this draft, people are going to fall, okay? There's no doubt about it. There's going to be a steal in this draft somewhere where somebody's going to fall and free fall a lot further than they think, and they're going to get him for cheap. So we'll see. I'd like to see what. Yeah, I know 9 is for sale, but I don't think that Indy is going to give up a bunch to move up to 9. I don't feel like that's something that's going to happen. In honesty, I think that somebody is going to take that 9th spot to grab a quarterback, right? And I could legitimately see 5 quarterbacks going in the top 10. That could legitimately happen. No, you are correct. But like, there are some, where pundits, where you look at it and go, oh, this guy, was expected to go a lot higher, but fell in the draft for one reason or another, right? I don't think there's anyone that has been blackballed like in some past, like that offensive tackle that got blackballed by the entire NFL because there was there a murder or something like that, or a car accident? Something happened in his car, right? He ended up signing a UFDA or UDFA, sorry, contract with Dallas, and now I think he just signed with somebody else. Who's going to be the first? It won't happen today, obviously. But who's going to be the first special announcer for an Indianapolis Colts pick? Who's going to be the first guy that's going to be special? First person, I shouldn't say guy, because it could be, someone like the new Indiana Fever basketball player. I can't remember her name because I don't watch women's basketball, but I do know that she's a Fever now. And I don't watch women's basketball, period. But I do know, obviously. I just don't remember her name. Oh, Andrew Luck. That'd be interesting if he was one of the first guys to do it. That definitely would be something interesting. All right. Now it shouldn't take like half a second, right? I mean, as soon as they say the draft is live, the Bears aren't trading out of that pick. They should just walk up there. They're not even considering trades for that pick. They should just walk up there and go get it. Yeah, I remember. Was it last week or the week before that he was there? I thought it was the week before. They'll probably take all 10 damn minutes just because being assholes. Well, yeah. I've been sitting here talking about the draft and everything this whole time, Basil. Ballard said 19 to 21, and he wasn't 100% sure because the paper wasn't in front of him. That's what I remember from the press conference. 20 would be the average of that. But yeah. You just late to the damn party, Basil. What's up with that? All right, they're on commercial break. They should be starting now. Right. They should. I understand. It's 2 hours, right? This draft starts at 8, ends at 10. The fun can start. Well, I've lost 2/3 of my audience. I had over 40. Now I'm down to 18. It is not ending at 4 o'clock. Pluto is showing the draft. Oh. Holy crap. That's way out there. That's past Neptune. I can't stay here till midnight. I have to go pick my son up from work. That's stupid that 32 picks is going to last 4 hours. I mean, that's pretty dumb. But yeah, I have to pick up my son from work. I dropped him off a couple hours ago. He'll probably get off around 11. So, yeah, I know math. They shouldn't make 10 minutes for every pick, though. I know it's 10 minutes per is the limit, but it shouldn't be, once the pick is in, it should be announced. That's just my opinion. Screw making us sit there and wait for 5. The pick is in for 9.5 minutes. Why don't you just announce it and move on? They shouldn't, but they do. Yeah. All right. Chicago shocks the world and grabs Marvin Harrison Jr. That would be Matt Eberflus's big old middle finger to Indianapolis Colts fans, wouldn't it be? that would be a big middle finger to Colts fans from Matt Eberflus if he selected Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, but some teams still got a minute 18 left, it says. Some teams aren't going to take trades. Some teams are like, nah, man, I need this. Like the first 2 picks of this draft, they're quarterbacks, 1 and 2. We all know this. We know this. I know, Trey. I'm just saying, it'd be something that I could see happen. I don't think Sirianni would trade up to 4 to select Marvin Harrison Jr. just to put a middle finger to Colts fans. But it's something I could think that he probably would do. And I don't understand because Sirianni was liked. You know, people liked Nick Sirianni as a coach. He's just mad because, you know, Frank Reich got fired. But he wasn't disliked in Indy until that game. Yeah, you're right. New England taking 1, 2. All right. Here he comes. Walking up to the stage. At least that's where my stream is. I don't understand why they got Eminem sitting on stage for. What does that have to do with anything? What does Marshall Mathers have anything to do with the NFL draft? Oh, because Detroit. He's from Detroit. Okay. I just realized that. Yep, he's from Detroit. Yep. Yep, that's Marshall Mathers. My prediction that the Ballard sits and stays and picks whoever falls, BPA of a need that falls to 15. That's my prediction. All right. That's what I think happens. I have no idea who this guy is. Okay, I know who Calvin Johnson is. That's Megatron. Oh, my favorite running back of all time, Barry Sanders. Who's the guy? Who's the white guy I missed? What was his name? Because I didn't look. He looks familiar, but I don't have 100% lock on him. Oh, there's Jared Goff. Oh, dude. Ditka's more famous for the 85 Super Bowl. Come on. What he did to the New England Patriots in that Super Bowl with his defense is stupid. He got so cocky, he brought his defensive tackle in and said, here, run this in for a touchdown. They can't stop it. I mean, come on. Love Barry Sanders. It's kind of weird that Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders are out there when they had a lot of dislike for the Detroit organization for a long time. It's one of the reasons why they both freaking retired early, right? Yeah, I don't know. The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. I know him for his coaching days. All right. I know him first. I watched that super. That's the first Super Bowl that was really big into my mind. I mean, you had the Niners Super Bowls, but the Super Bowl shuffle. Come on now. All right. Yep. I'm Jim McMahon. I'm one of a kind. Yeah. Yeah. The Super Bowl shuffle. Trayless and I both remember that. Heck, we used to sing it. Conditional 6th round pick. Holy crap. Yeah, I knew it was a question. And if you look, you had a question mark, so I knew it was a question. Oh, I didn't realize DeAndre Swift signed a 3-year deal with the Bears. Chicago needs defensive players. I mean, they went and got some. They traded and got a couple defensive players last year before the trade deadline ended, which helped them out dramatically. Obviously, they need a new quarterback because they don't have one right now, so that's why Caleb is going right away. Yeah, my dad remembered him as a tight end. My dad remembered him. Yeah. My dad remembered Dick Buckus. So, I mean, a different bear. Oh. Oh, they picked up Kevin Byard as well. I think Kevin Byard's starting to become a little bit washed. Oh, somebody just got a phone call. Lost Deonta Foreman and picked up him. Heck yeah, that's a good one. See, they don't have Darnell Mooney no more. And Cody Whitehair. Did Whitehair retire? I don't know. We'll see. I am so tired of this whole 10 minutes per click thing. You know, it's guaranteed that they're picking him. But they need to be able to yap their mouths and get money from advertisements, right? That's what it is all about. It's all about the monies. If I remember right, the first NFL draft that was ever publicized was the John Elway draft, right? Where I believe it was Elway was the first pick, right? And it wasn't just John Elway in that. That was a massive quarterback draft class. There was a lot of teams that I watched growing up. Before the Colts, I did a lot of San Francisco. I like the Niners. Um, and then the Colts came in. I watched the Colts. I watched the Bears during that run. Loved the Philadelphia Eagles, late 80s, early 90s. It was just nasty with Randall Cunningham and Reggie White, Jerome Brown, and Keith Jackson, and all them guys. They were a good team. I had to have other teams that I had to like because the Colts in the 80s and 90s were ass. Okay. So I had other favorite teams. And that's kind of what really helped me out as an adult and doing this kind of content because I have an appreciation not just for one team, right? I enjoy football in general. I just got lucky that for like 20 years, my team was pretty damn good. Colts fan since 68. There you go. Uh, my dad was a Green Bay fan, though. My dad was a Green Bay fan his whole life. I've got so many Green Bay hats downstairs in his hat collection that I got when he passed away. I got like two massive cardboard boxes just loaded with Green Bay hats. But he also liked the Bears during the Bears run and the Niners. So those are teams that I also followed. Yep. Yep. Billy Brooks and Dwayne Bickett and John Hand and Jeff Harrod and Albert Bentley. Bentley was probably my favorite player on that team during that time. Him or Ray Buchanan. Ray Buchanan was pretty nice back in those days. Hinton, yeah. Hinton was before though. Oh wow, they finally got the selection out of the way. Caleb Williams, first pick of the draft. Oh, you have Steve Edmonds jerseys, huh? And Jeff George. I would have rather had Quentin Coriat's jersey than Steve Edmonds, but you know, that's cool, Josh. That's cool. Yes, Hinton did. So did oh wow. He just run out there and started screaming. Oh, he is hugging. He is giving hugs. Goodell is, even though he just had back surgery 3 days ago. That jersey's not big enough for Caleb. That's too small. What are you doing giving him a medium jersey? He's a quarterback. His shoulders won't fit in that thing. That's a belly shirt. What the heck? The NFL's so poor they can't give him a regular size jersey? What is up with this? They just give Caleb Williams a belly shirt. Oh my god. Do they think that Caleb Williams is Zeke Elliott? He don't need a belly shirt. Come on now. It probably is a Motel 6. Actually, the Bears don't always draft. But when they do, it's okay because they stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. I'm not even going to go there, Basil. That could probably get me banned off YouTube. Because, YouTube's got specific rules about stuff. So, see what goes on next. Second pick. Come on. Oh, 5 minutes left for the Washington Commanders to make their selection. Who's that going to be? Who's the Washington Commanders selecting? Do you think they end up selecting May instead? I mean, obviously it's going to be May or Daniels, but I wouldn't be overly shocked if they take Drake May. Oh, whatever. Oh, the pick is in for Washington. New England is on the clock. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. 30 points a game allowed for the Washington Commanders last year. Holy mother of crap. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points allowed. 277 quarterback pressures allowed. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. But I mean, they were against Philadelphia and the Dallas Cowboys, right? I mean, they're against some pretty darn good defensive fronts. I don't know. We'll find out. Being that this is going to be late and I have to pick up my son from work, I may just stick around till after the Colts pick and then give my reaction to it and stuff. And then I might have to dip out. Especially with an upper respiratory infection. It's hard for me to keep talking. My throat gets sore. My lungs hard to breathe. But I don't want to wear myself out. I got a whole weekend I got to do this stuff with. So, uh, I would not be surprised, Basil. If Bowers falls to 15, then I think Ballard instantaneously like teleports the ticket in. I really do. I just don't know about. I don't think Bowers falls to 15. I know Basil, but my throat hurts in my lungs. They picked up Jaden Daniels. Like I said, I've got a upper respiratory infection I've been dealing with for a week and a half, 2 weeks. It's pretty rough on me. That's why I'm not talking very loud or getting excited. So, yeah, the New England Patriots are selecting Drake May. I mean, they got rid of both. They got rid of their quarterback. They gave up on Jones. So, isn't Jones with Pittsburgh now? So that'd be interesting. Well, that's a good possibility. Who's New England's new head coach, anyhow? I didn't even look. I need to look that up. I never even paid attention because I didn't care. Uh, let me see. It just defaulted going. Oh, it's Mayo. Okay. I expected. I expected it to just default to Belichick. Gerard Mayo's the new head coach of the New England Patriots. All right. Who's the GM? Elliot Wolf. All right. Interesting. It's a whole new era for New England. There's finally no more. I don't think there's really any more animosity because there's nothing left other than the owners between New England and the Colts. The Colts have pretty much obliterated New England the last few times that we've played them. Right? They're a shell of themselves of what they used to be, and there's not a single player or coach that I know of that's still on those teams. It's worth a damn. That was with that whole rivalry. Now, I would not be surprised if Arizona trades back, but I don't think the Chargers will. The Chargers need to select a wide receiver. They absolutely need a wide receiver. And if Arizona does not take Marvin Harrison Jr., the Chargers is taking him. I will guarantee it. Guarantee it. No, he's unemployed from what I see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Josh McDaniels currently is unemployed. When I looked him up, it doesn't show him employed by anywhere. Yeah, New England got Drake May. There was no question about that. Oh, Mac Jones is a Jaguars. Okay. Not Steelers, Jaguars. Jacoby signed back with the Patriots. I didn't know that. Huh. He's going to be the mentor for May. It's not a bad it's not a bad decision by Mayo of doing that. Brissett's a really good backup and a mentor. Oh no, Josh will never be a head coach again. He's failed twice. Miserably. The pick is in. Yeah, probably. But when you select a guy third overall, Trayless, you expect him to play. Right? It's just like Richardson. You expected him to play because he was fourth overall. Yep, Drake May. It's pretty much went the way I expected it to go so far in the first three picks. I wouldn't have been upset. I wouldn't have been upset had he sat. Donald Thomas wanted him to sit, right? But I was at the training camp. I saw what he could do. And as soon as the first day of training camp, I knew he was starting. I knew it. There was just no question in my mind. Even though certain other reporters for the Colts were like, he doesn't have it. He's inaccurate and this. And I'm like, he's got all the other intangibles. And he's not so inaccurate that he can't throw a football. You know, he has just as much inaccuracy as other people. Only difference is he was able to get the ball there in a hurry. I was incredibly impressed with Anthony Richardson at training camp last year. Got a question. During my stream, have I ever froze, like went pixelated or anything like that? My picture and stuff. I know there for a minute you wasn't able to hear me because the mic was cutting out because my mouth wasn't near the mic, but I'm talking about the picture. Okay, cool. I went downstairs and unplugged because I was having that problem for last couple months, and I went downstairs and I unplugged my my cable cord out of my wall and off my my box and reconnected it. And I think that was my problem. It just didn't have a really good connection. So I might be good now. That's why my last video with Donald Thomas, I was all blurry and pixelated. I had that the whole damn stream. And that was a recording, not even a live stream. But the sound was okay, so I went ahead and published it anyhow because I didn't want to re-record 30 minutes of, because I thought it was pretty good stuff that we had going. Oh, AR throws a beautiful ball, period. Whether he's standing in the pocket. The only issue I have with Anthony Richardson throwing the football is every once in a while in his throwing motion, he doesn't point his feet in the direction that he needs to be throwing it. Sometimes he'll throw it flat-footed, right? And his toes don't turn to the direction. his lead foot needs to turn to the direction that he's throwing the football. And a lot of times he don't do that. And that's why sometimes that ball will sail on him because he does not set his feet proper when he lets go. And that's something that it's just the only thing that can fix that's repetition of doing it over and over and over so you don't have to think about it. Because you don't want him thinking about doing that during a game, right? He's just got to do that repetitiously over and over and over and over and over at practice so that it becomes second nature. It's the high ball. He does throw it high, and he does throw it sidearm, but not all. It's not terrible sidearm, Trellis. His biggest issue is his feet. If you watch, it's when he sails that sucker, it's because he's not pointing at the person, right? But I do get where you're coming from on the sidearm thing because it will sail on you on the sidearm as well. You want the ball, but in general, when he's standing there in the pocket, you see that ball go right by his ear, right? And that's a good thing. When he does that, it generally won't sail. It also means that he's squared his body up and he's got his foot pointed in the right direction. It's all mechanics. It's all mechanics. It's all it is. But when you're running, when you're scrambling and you're throwing, a lot of times it's going to be a sidearm pass because he's got to throw it around or something like that, which is fine. But make sure that the guy is wide open and you're not sailing the ball. Yep, there he goes. That sucks that Marvin Harrison Jr.'s first 4 years is going to be completely wasted in the NFL because he's got Kyler Murray throwing him the damn football. That sucks for him. Maybe we can get a trade for him in a couple years. But there's times also, Basil, that he throws unbelievably accurate freaking bullets in places that I've not seen a guy do, not even Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning, because they couldn't throw the ball that hard. Like Andrew never had a cannon, right? Peyton Manning never had a cannon. And I've seen Richardson throw darts between two defenders 30 yards downfield, like tight ass windows and perfectly placed. Like he put one on the rookie, Anthony Richardson, during a game. Beautiful pass. Perfect pass. The only place he could have put that ball without it getting knocked down. And it hit the receiver in the hands and he dropped it. But for him to handle it, cleanly while he jumped in midair to try to grab it, but it was a perfectly thrown ball. That's possible. But yeah, I feel bad for Marvin Harrison Jr. because no one deserves to have Kyler Murray throwing him the football. No, I mean, there's a reason why the best receiver in football at the time made Kyler Murray look really good, right? And then when he got hurt, Murray looked like shit, right? And then D Hop's like, I want traded and got the hell out of there. He has. No, I said Richardson made throws that Luck or Manning could not make. And it's a fact. It's a fact. Because they didn't have the cannon to be able to do that throw. Now, they would angle it differently or wait for what they would have done would have either thrown a little earlier or threw it a little later and put a little bit of arc on it and placed the ball in a different way. But the throw he specifically made at that time, Manning and Luck would not have been able to make that throw because they did not have the arm strength to make that throw. Exactly. Quarterbacks can throw the ball 50, 60 yards. You have to kind of rainbow it a little bit. Anthony Richardson can throw 60 yards on a rope in the air while jumping backwards in the air. He could throw 60 yards on a rope. Seen it. That's unbelievable arm talent. But he does have accuracy issues that is mechanics driven. He needs to work on that. That is his biggest issue. His pocket awareness is elite. His pocket awareness is elite. I think his arm strength and his pocket awareness are his two best attributes. Not his size, not his speed. His pocket awareness is one of his best attributes, period. Oh, I'll tell you what. There was times Peyton Manning said there was times that he wished he was able to throw the ball harder. At certain times for certain throws when windows were tight or needed to, a tight window down the field that he couldn't hit. There are situations where that is a benefit. But just because you can throw hard doesn't mean you should either, right? There are times when you just need to lob the football to somebody for an easier catch, lead them out, and just throw a softer football, right? Or arc it over a defender, right? So that the defender has no shot at it, but your player does, right? Situations like that. You need to be able to have touch as well as, and the problem with a lot of quarterbacks who do have a cannon for an arm is it's like they don't know how to throw with touch for, their first 3 or 4 years in the NFL. Like it's something they have to work on. Yeah. I've seen Richardson throw with touch, but not very often. Not very often. He does throw with a lot of juice behind the ball. And sometimes he throws it with juice when I don't think he needs to throw it with juice. When I think it would have been better just to throw it with a little touch. All right. So, did you guys see that Jim Harbaugh got a Michigan tattoo on his arm? Like earlier this week? Yep. I guess he made a promise that if they won the championship that he would get a tattoo. I'm in commercial break on my stream right now, still Basil. There it is. It's back. Pick is in. Yep. It says Chargers pick is in. No, he's still young as hell. AR is very, very young. I think he's just now getting ready to be 22, isn't he? Pretty sure. No, he turns 22 at the end of next month. That's how young he is. Still. I would be absolutely shocked if the Chargers don't pick a wide receiver here. Are they seriously going to get Joe Alt? No way. That's shocking. Wow. Wow. Right? Trailers, right? I think Chargers fans will rage. I know some Chargers fans, and they are going. I don't think Titans will go wide receiver. They'll go in. There's other tackles in this draft, and they went out and got themselves some wide receivers now. I told you guys, a ton of offensive linemen, quarterbacks, and receivers are going to go early in this draft. The Colts, there's going to be guys that's going to fall, right? Colts will probably have damn near their pick of any defensive guy that they want if they want to go that route. There's going to be some guys in this draft that's going to fall that's going to be, that the Colts could grab. I am shocked that they went Joe Alt, though. I did not expect that at all. Yeah, it's Joe Control Alt Delete. All right, because he Control Alt deletes the defender. Wow. All right, your last question and your DM on Twitter to me, Shrayless. 52. 52. You know what question you DM me on Twitter. I got 52. That's why I've always told my wife, even bad exposure is good exposure when it comes to social media. How many followers I got from a specific tweet that San Francisco 49ers fans hated. That's what it was, Basil. All right. Giants need to get O-line. This is where I thought that Joe Alt would go, was to the Giants, honestly. Shayla's trying to be funny. Yeah, Shayla's trying to be funny. I had it tested for Shayla's, though. That's the thing he didn't say. Yeah. Just in a coma. Shrey likes to throw punches. No trades yet. That's amazing, and honestly, in this draft, there've been no trades during the draft through 6 picks. I wouldn't be surprised if they grab a wide receiver here. That's who I figured, Malik Neighbors. Yep. They finally gave Daniel Jones a damn weapon. They finally gave Daniel Jones a damn weapon. He hasn't had a weapon for ever. Like never. Tennessee, I think, will select an offensive lineman. They had the worst offensive line in football last year. They got to take an offensive lineman here. Right? I mean, am I wrong? You guys think that? I mean, good Lord. But I don't know. You know, they have Brian Callahan, and Callahan was with the Bengals. He was the offensive coordinator for the Bengals, and they took Burrow and didn't give a rat's butt. Remember Burrow and Chase? It didn't give a rat's butt again about offensive linemen during that stretch. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I wouldn't be surprised, because you got to remember it's different head coach here. My chest hurts. I'm having a hard time breathing, guys. I'm trying to push through. I want to at least make it to the Colts pick, damn it. I think there's 3 defensive ends that's decent. 2 of them would be good with the Colts. The rest of them, I think, shouldn't be picked until at least the 3rd round. I think that Latu has potential to be an all-pro. I think he has that kind of potential as a pass rusher, a sack getter. Not necessarily a run stopper, but a sack getter. That's where we disagree, but I think it would, Basil, because if you got a guy at the end who's a wrecking machine, and you have to start sliding your guard over to your tackle to help against an end, that's going to leave DeForest Buckner one-on-one, Grover Stewart one-on-one consistently. That's a broken defensive line. But all right, pick is in for Tennessee. Oh gosh, sorry guys, didn't mean to cough like that in your ear. Oh. Atlanta's on the clock. Tennessee's pick is in. Wait, they started the clock for Atlanta as soon as the pick went in? Huh. So they don't take up the full 10 minutes. Huh. They take up the full 10 minutes from the point that they're on the clock. I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I have water right here. Has it been an hour? It has. It's been 10 minutes per clip. Well, not quite, because it started more like about 8:15 Eastern Standard rather than 8 o'clock, right? So it ain't been a full 10 minutes for every pick. That is true. You're right about that, Val. Pretty sure you're right about that. Hell, I'm trying to push through, guys. I can't help it. Like I said, my chest hurts. Like I said, I got an upper respiratory infection, and it's hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe and talk at the same time. Well, I'm pretty sure Titans pick an offensive lineman here. They have to. There's just no question about it. I'm still on a commercial break. They haven't went back to the... I see Shrayless's comment there, though. Well, it's kind of stupid to have a live show going and me just sitting here not saying anything. So I'm trying to push. What if Atlanta spends a top 10 draft pick on a tight end 2 out of the last 4 years? That'd be messed up, wouldn't it? Atlanta grabbed Brock Bowers because they done whiffed on what's his face. I'm not saying that it would happen. I'm saying it'd be messed up if they did. Or Detroit. How many first-round picks has Detroit wasted on freaking tight ends in the last 15 years? A lot. What's up, Cyborg? Welcome in. Other places when Marvin Harrison got picked, people probably, other Colts, they were probably losing their minds. It was expected, you know. It sucks for Marvin Harrison that he's got Kyler Murray throwing in the football and wasting his first 4 years of his career, but it is what it is. I mean, completely wasted because, I mean, I can't think of, we got You got a little, little dude throwing you the football who can't even see you downfield. Yep, J.C. Latham. I was right. I knew that they would grab an offensive lineman. There's no doubt in my mind. There was no doubt in my mind that Tennessee was grabbing an offensive lineman. As bad as their offenses was. I would have been happy if he went like to the Chargers or something, Trayless. But to the Cardinals, he ain't going to have no legacy with the Cardinals. Kyler Murray absolutely is dog ass as a quarterback. He can move, but he's not very good at being a quarterback. If the Chargers had gotten him, I would have been happier than hell for him. They just gave Kyler Murray that big ass damn contract 2 years ago. That's a big dude. Latham is a big dude from Alabama. Why didn't they tell these guys, hey, don't pick up the commissioner? He just had back surgery. Huh? I don't understand that. Don't get fined for picking up the commissioner after he had. You don't want your first thing in the NFL to be a fine for lifting the commissioner after he had back surgery. Good Lord, he's 342 pounds. Holy crap, that's a big dude. 342 pounds at tackle. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, Atlanta's pick is in and the Bears are back on the clock. Huh. He a big dude. 6'5", 342 pounds. I would not be surprised if the Bears select a weapon for Caleb Williams to grow with. Right? People say, well, the Bears already have weapons, but not a young one for Caleb Williams to grow with, like what Cincinnati did with, Chase or Luck and Hilton and stuff like that. You get someone early. That's something that, I would not be surprised if Chicago did. And it's not it's not a stupid move to do that. It's a pretty smart move to do that with. Yeah, he did. He even got his tight end from the team he played with, right? Luck did. So I don't think the Bears and the Colts trade. Yeah, Kobe Fleener. Another quarterback down off the board. Michael Penix for Atlanta. 4 quarterbacks and 8 picks. Wow. Penix is sitting for a while. I'll guarantee that. Penix is sitting. They got so upset after Matt Ryan left with having shitty ass quarterback play that they went out and got Kirk Cousins and then freaking drafted a quarterback. So they're like, screw it. We got a quarterback now and a quarterback for the future. No, they're still good players there. I'll see one more quarterback go in the top 10. That'd be great. The Jets need to draft a quarterback. Minnesota needs to draft a quarterback. I said that, Migsby. I said exactly. There's going to be so many quarterbacks, wide receivers, and offensive linemen go in the top 10 in this draft that the Colts could just go BPA and get a guy position of need, at 15 and not even have to trade up. We'll see what happens. Because I don't know who the BPA will be when it gets there. Right? I did say that if Bowers makes it to 15, he's undoubtedly the BPA. Because he's like talent-wise, like the third best talented guy in this draft. Right? I did say that. But there's no way of knowing until they drop there. I hope to God it's not a corner, Cyborg, because I don't think there's a corner in this draft worthy of 15 and higher. I really don't think so. In the 20s, sure, but not 15. Watch Chicago get. Oh, yeah, this is where Chicago's probably taking Odunze. Like I said, get the weapon, right? for Caleb Williams. I said that. Did I not? Did I not and already say that? Told you. I knew it. I knew they were going to grab a weapon for Caleb Williams with their 9th pick. Talent-wise, I don't think there's any true lockdown corners in this draft. Not a single damn one. None of them worth 15 or higher. That's why. Basil. We get our first trade at 10. Who traded with the Jets? Well, I'm just not saying talent. I was saying that there's no one there that can be a straight up lockdown corner. There's no one that's fast enough and strong enough, fast enough and big enough with hip movement, like being able fluidity in their hips with stop and go ability to be a true lockdown corner, a guy that can move with somebody step for step. Like there are fast guys that can run really fast 40s, but their stop and go is not very good, right? Not good enough to be a lockdown. They'll lose people with good route running. There's just no one out there like that. Some of them are really fast and just too small, right? It is what it is. Vikings moved up, huh? Wow. Vikings going for quarterback here. Yeah, I bet you Vikings are just moved up to get a quarterback. That'll be 5. Because right now their quarterback is Sam Darnold. And I can't believe that they'd sit with Sam Darnold. I said, I have a tweet, I kid you not, that said, yo, because Chris told Rich Eisen on an interview that Rich said, hey, what if 6 quarterbacks go, before you pick? And Ballard told him, if 6 quarterbacks go before you pick, I'll come on your show whenever you want me to come on. And Eisen said, I can't take credit for that. And then I threw out a tweet, hey, Chris Ballard, I'll take credit for it, damn it, if 6 quarterbacks go before the Colts pick. And if that happens, will you come on my show whenever I want? I think Mitchell is a guy who could be in the 20s. Yes, early 20s. I think he's an early 20s pick. But his stop and go is not good. He's quick, but he doesn't have very good, change of direction speed. Stop and go, change of direction, that kind of thing. Now that could be just working on certain muscles, right? Like you said, it's somebody that, it might be something that he could work on off-season training. Did you say we're out of tea? I don't know. I'd say it's probably right now 30-70, right? 30 that he trades back, 70 stays put. That's my opinion. Which is still a pretty good chance that he trades back. It's looking better and better though. But there legitimately could be 6 quarterbacks go before the Colts pick. Oh. Well, hold on. I got to look for something real quick. That tweet, I'm going to retweet it. What I was talking about. Oh, I'd be so pissed off if that's one of the few positions that if Ballard used 15 on defensive tackle, I'd be pissed. All right, let's see what happens here. Here come the picks for the Minnesota Vikings. I'm almost positive the Vikings are taking the quarterback here. Hey, I've been on here for 2.5 hours. This is the longest stream I've had since a freaking Colts game. And I'm still going, even though I got upper respiratory infection. I'm proud of myself. Hey, what's up? Awesome. Awesome, Sorrel. Now you got that whole side left to get. Congratulations. Wait, you just now finished in the dark, bro? He's the guy that I was helping paint the house earlier. Sorrel the Soul. J.J. McCarthy, quarterback. Yep. That's 5 quarterbacks in the top 10. Five quarterbacks in the top 10. Wow. Okay. At 8:15. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was 8:15 since that's the asterisk. Wow, I can't believe 5 quarterbacks in the top 10. My goodness. That's pretty shocking. Now we'll see what happens next. I am glad you got the front done before today, or at least got it done today, even though I had to leave at 3. Oh. It was a weak quarterback class. But the problem is there's so many teams that need a quarterback right now. It doesn't matter how weak it is. If you're a quarterback needy team, you're going to select one, right? Because that's the most important position on the team. Oh my. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets got a wide receiver here, honestly. Or Bowers. Oh. What? Hold up. I didn't have it up, so. Hey, I need to post this. Oh, here we go. There we are. Thanks, Sorrel. Appreciate you. I don't know how much more I could help. I got stuff to do tomorrow, so I don't know how much help I can give tomorrow. I got to do take my nephew to go get an interview, and then at 3:30 I've got a recording to do, and then I got the draft to do, day 2 draft also. But I appreciate it, man. Thank you. What's going on, guys? What happened? They got the Jets picked up a tackle. Wow. Vegas will select a quarterback here. I think the Raiders get a quarterback. Wait, did the Raiders already select? I didn't notice, man. I was busy. I had an ad pop up on me. I didn't see. I think that's their starting quarterback right now, and they paid him starting money. It was like $15 million a year, but I wouldn't be surprised if they select a quarterback here for, you know, I think they gave a 2-year, $30 million contract, right? I'd be surprised if they sat with Minshew for this whole year without a young guy behind him. Oh, Denver to announce LB's next. Okay, my bad. My bad. Oh, God. Oh. I feel like poop Skittles right now. Yeah, look, Basil, I don't cuss on here, so I use my dad voice. I use my dad words. All right. And one of those dad words is poop Skittles. Son of a mother. That's another one of my dad words. It's a way of using my dad words as a way of keeping myself from cussing. Because believe it or not, I have a very potty mouth when I'm not live. Well, there you go. You're welcome to use it. All right. Maybe I should put that on one of my mugs in my merch shop, poop Skittles. That'd be awesome. I wonder if anyone would buy a poop Skittles mug. I've been saying that word for years. So I was right. Only offensive linemen, quarterbacks, and wide receivers have been taken in the top 10. Heck, top 11. That's pretty funny. So that's pretty damn funny, man. Are they picking an offensive tackle again? Oh my goodness. What up, Freedom? Appreciate you being in here. Futanaknu, or whatever his name is coming here. Watch. It went pretty quick. Oh, wait a minute. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked a pass rusher here, a defensive end, because they don't have one anymore, right? I was right. Six quarterbacks. Holy crap. I was right. Ballard, you owe me at least one damn interview. I threw down and said if 6 quarterbacks go, I'm taking advantage of that, and you need to come on my show. All right. Please do me the solid and do that for me. Please. That would be very awesome. Wow. Wow. And I'm not kidding either when I said that. Here, I'll post it on here. As you see, it says right there, Ballard, if I get 6 quarterbacks to go top 14 this year, can I hold you to come into my show whenever I want? I'll gladly take credit for it since Rich Eisen can't. Screw it. Laugh out loud. Right? I mean, come on. I mean, me making that, doubling down that 6 quarterbacks go before pick 14, that deserves Ballard coming on, right? Come on. Oh my goodness. I'm glad Antonio Pierce became the Raiders head coach. He deserved it. He absolutely deserved it. Yes, but I did jump on it, right? I called it out. I was saying, you know what? So, and I was the first one to jump on it. All right. Let's see who the Raiders select here. Well, we won't hear from Shrayless the rest of the night. Hell, let's see. 2 more picks. 1 more pick before the Colts are on. Nah, New Orleans ain't picking a quarterback. What's up, John? All right, I'm banning Shrayless from the show with that last comment. I'm kidding, obviously, but just like he's kidding, but still. Colts ain't going to select a center. Ryan Kelly wants to get another contract with the Colts. Ryan Kelly's not retiring. So they're not going to be selecting a center, Josh. Oh, cornerback. Okay. Now we're going to find out what happens. New Orleans got 5 minutes left, and then the Colts pick. I love the fact that I'm not the only one that completely forgets that they're not in Oakland anymore. I still say the Oakland Raiders so often. It's just like I still say the St. Louis Rams occasionally. I have a feeling he's going to go defense. I hope it's not a cornerback, but he might. He might get Quinion Mitchell. He might. Or he could get Dallas Turner. That'd be surprise. That would not be unsurprising either. Just canceled our Vegas to Jew. Every defensive player. Not a single defensive player has been selected yet. And I said this earlier that there is a good chance that when the Colts are on the board, that they have their pick of any defensive player in this draft. I've said it. I said it like a month ago. I said it. And there is a possibility Ballard trade. He won't trade out of the first. He won't trade out of the first, and he won't trade back too far back into the first. But I would not be surprised if he trade back to like 20, 21, and then use that trade value that he gets to move back into the first and select twice in the first round. I would not be upset about that. But yeah. Yeah, I've been saying that over a month though. I think they'd get a second rounder if they went to 20 or yeah, if they went to 20, they'd get a second rounder. Because that's 5 spots. That's the idea. That's what I was saying earlier, Josh, that, you got 4 or 5 guys up there all graded the same at positions of need, then you might as well trade back and grab some extra ammo. No, no, no. 5 spots in the teens is worth more than a fifth or a fourth. They gave up a third to move up in the second round. All right, let's see what happens. All right, let's see who the Saints picked. My throat is killing me, guys. I can't stay much longer. All right, come on, guys. Let's get this going. Let's see what happens. At this point, I think it's either Dallas Turner or Latu. Or trade back. That's what I think Ballard does. I think he gets a defensive end or he trades back. I think it is. I think there's 2 defensive ends. This is much better than the defensive ends that we have. It's only offensive. It's not just very offensive, Val. It's only offensive. We are on the clock. Yeah. Rich Eisen's talking about what I just said. Yep. Yep. He just brought that up. Damn it. No, the coach was talking. They're passing the phone around. They're selecting somebody. Yeah, they definitely have selected somebody because they were passing the phone around. So they absolutely are picking somebody. Because that was the coach on the phone as she was passing the phone around. They were congratulating somebody, telling them they were selecting him. Yep. It was the coach on the phone, and then they took it. Yeah. So what I saw of it. There is no trade back. They selected somebody. We'll see what happens. Very excited. We'll see what happens here. All right, let's see what happens. Do not put a spoiler in the chat. I want to be able to see myself. Please. Please. If it's Latu, I am freaking excited because I've been screaming for Latu since the beginning of the draft, since I first went out this. Have I not? Everybody in this whole place says I was saying I wanted Latu. I called the pick. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. Yep. Everybody here knows all the way back when I posted that pass rush video that I said Latu's my guy. I was worried about the neck fusion surgery, but he's my guy. He's who I want. Everybody knows that. Wow. I am so happy that we got our edge rusher. That is a big upgrade on our pass rush right there, on our edge. Huge upgrade. Huge upgrade. We haven't had a 10 plus sack guy since 2018. And an old ass Justin Houston. And I feel like Latu is the dude. He is the guy, in my opinion. And I'm a defensive guy. I've been all about D-line, right? I said he's a guy who's going to get 12 plus sacks a year. Naturally. He's a guy that can get 12 plus sacks a year. And that's big. That'll make him top 5, 6 in the NFL. It'll also allow Buckner and Stewart freed up from all those damn double teams all the time, which will make them even better and them even more impressive. Nah, Kwity Paye's not gone. Kwity Paye is going to stay at the strong side as the run-in defender. Latu's going to take over Samson Ebukam's spot. Now, here's the thing. I was worried about it, but he's played. That was 3 years ago, and he's played since then and not had one hiccup. Not one hiccup. And Ballard is not a guy who's going to take a red injury flag unless his doctors and everybody tells him it's good. So I'm cool with it. All right. Can anyone just hope that he turns out okay instead of just saying, "Oh, this is a bust"? Because that's kind of F-bombed up, right? That's like saying, "Well, I hope Ballard crashes this draft so that he can get fired," right? So we can go hire. I mean, that. Oh my goodness. First off, there's no telling if Marvin Harrison Jr. was going to be. I mean, odds are he's going to be successful, just like Brock Bowers. But they could bust in the NFL too. Kyle Pitts was supposed to be a big hit in the NFL and ended up busting, right? He's a bust. I think Latu's going to be huge for the Colts. He was my favorite pass rusher in this draft. Also, 12 sacks. It's not all just about sacks. It's also about pressures. All right. And the Colts were one like on the bottom half of the NFL in quarterback pressures and hurries. All right. That's a problem. Colts did great in sacks overall, but their pressures and hurries was not good. Was not good at all. And that affects quarterbacks and how they throw and when they throw and stuff like that. And I think Latu's a guy that can get those. That's what's important. I'm pretty sure TJ Watt, Chubb, those three guys were impressive year one. Year one. There's a difference between getting a defensive end in the second round and taking one top 15. If you get one top 15 and the guy that you feel is the best one in the draft, they're usually blue chippers. But we don't know. But you don't know. You don't know. You haven't seen him play in the NFL. I think he has the capability to be that type of pass rusher. Yes, I did, Speed. Yes, I did. All right. Hold on. I just freaking ecstatic. I don't know about that, Basil, because I don't think that the talent at cornerback was really that good. There was first round pass rushers in this freaking draft. There's not high end first round cornerbacks in this draft. There just isn't. I've been saying that this whole time. Kenyon Mitchell was the best one, and in my opinion, and I wouldn't pick him until in the 20s. I am ecstatic with Latu. Ecstatic. Absolutely. I don't have a problem with Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye is okay at pass rush, but he's damn good at edge defending against the run, which is what his position is, right? He's strong side edge, and he's good at that job. He is good at that job. And you need a guy like that who's good against the run on that side. But you definitely need the other side to be someone who's going to get to the quarterback. Samson did okay, but I think Latu is definitely an upgrade. I'm overly joyed with that pick, Jack. I'm overly joyed. He was my pick from the get go. I've been saying this whole time. I said I hope it was Latu. Ibukom's pressures were not good. All right. He had okay sacks, but his pressures were not good. He had 21 total pressures all year, 9.5 sacks. All right. 8 quarterback knockdowns and 3 quarterback hurries. Don't tell me that was good. The only thing that was good was the 9.5 sacks. Everything else is below average for a guy who started the majority of the year. He wasn't select. Latu is probably the worst of the 3 against the run, but I think he has the highest in pass rush ability of the 3 defensive ends. Like he has as a pass rush ability, I personally feel like he has the ability to be end up being a Bosa or a Watt in pass rush. Not necessarily. Kind of like, you know how Dwight Freeney is my favorite Colt player of all time. Everybody who knows me knows this. And he wasn't great against the run, but he was a pass rush specialist. That's what he did. And that's basically how I kind of see Latu. I'm not saying he's at the level of Dwight Freeney, but I hope he will be. And I think he has the potential to be that guy because he has great edge bend. All right. And good speed. That's why I like him. I just said 21 pressures, 2 hurries, and 8 knockdowns. Not good. That's what I said, Basil. 21 pressures total. That's less than defensive tackles get. Ugh. 21 pressures tied him for 67th in the NFL in pressures in the NFL. 62nd. That says everything I need to know. He was 67th. And knockdowns, he was 54th in knockdowns. In hurries, he was tied for 143rd. So, like I said, even though he had decent sacks, in the other stats, he was way below average. Oh, I'm not saying that we couldn't get an upgrade in cornerbacks. I'm saying that we needed an upgrade at pass rush too. All right? That's what I'm saying. I never said that we didn't need a cornerback or a free safety. We absolutely do. But Latu is a bigger upgrade than the cornerbacks would be. Is what I'm saying. Last year, we had a bunch of rookies play cornerback and guys get injured, right? We had 2 rookies. Dallas Flowers was injured. And we had a couple bad guys, which ain't even on the team no more. Well, one is, but he's still there. But those 2 rookies at Dallas Flowers are back. The rookies have experience. I think they'll be a little bit better this year. They should, now that they're no longer rookies and have that experience under the belt. And Dallas Flowers was actually playing very good football at corner until, he had his Achilles. So, Spring Hill Jack. I wanted Latu. I've been saying Latu for over a month. So don't tell me I think it's bad. I think it's their best pick. I've been saying it for over a month. Everyone here knows it. Everyone here knows it. This is not me jumping on the bandwagon because I'm a Ballard lover. It's me. This is the pick I wanted in the first place. And even the people here will tell you that. I've been screaming for Latu this whole time. Go to my channel. Go back about a month to March 28th, where I broke down the pass rushers in this draft. And you'll see I asked for Latu. My last Believe in Colts with Donald Thomas, at the end, we talked about who do you want? He said Bowers. He don't think that Bowers would drop, but that's what he wanted, or a wide receiver. I said I wanted Latu, right? I'm pretty happy about it. Shout out to Purity Empire for the $2 earlier in this stream. I appreciate it a lot. I'm pretty happy with the draft. Pretty damn happy. As you guys know, I know a lot of you are not, big on the Latu thing. Some of you were. But we'll see what happens. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for coming in. Please don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, tag that notification bell so that you are notified next time we go live or upload a video. And make sure you're here tomorrow because I will do a day 2. Plus, I'll be uploading our analysis of this draft with Donald Thomas. And until next time, as usual, I want you to have a good one. I have to go because my chest and lungs hurt. But you guys have a good one. I need to be rest up for tomorrow. Peace, guys. Peace.